Hi and welcome to NoteDex. This is the first in a series of onboarding videos which we hope will help you get the most out of NoteDex. The first thing that we'd like to cover today is how to download NoteDex. If you go to the NoteDex website, you'll see download links for the different apps. You can click on any one of these links to download the app. However, as some of you may have already realized, the NoteDex application can also be used on the web. The web app is fully desktop class and has all the functionality of our desktop apps. So whether you choose to use it in the browser or via the app, you're going to have the same experience. To use the web app, you just have to go to notedex.app, and this is the main site to log in. Okay, now that we know where and how to log into NoteDex, now we need to log into NoteDex. In order to keep your information secure, and so that you can synchronize and use NoteDex on any computer, you need to have a login. You can do this in two ways. You can use an existing login that you have, for example, a Google account, an Apple account, or a Microsoft account. If you don't have one of those, you can also create a NoteDex account where you will have a username and password. We have a video that you can see here on the homepage of the NoteDex app, and I encourage you to look at that video to learn more. In this example video today, I'm going to log in using an email and password that I have created previously in NoteDex. To log in, we just click the login button and the login window appears. At this point, I'm going to log in with the information for this account. When you first log into NoteDex, you will be presented with a screen like this. It will have one blank stack already created for you, and you'll see that there is an image background of the planet Earth. So let's do a little bit of navigation just to understand how NoteDex works. As you can see, we have a blank stack on the home page. A stack is a collection of cards. If I click the stack, then you will see, in this example, we have one card. If you had more than one card in the stack, you would see their thumbnail images in this view. This is what we call the thumbnail view. By default, we show the cards all on one page in what we call the standard view, and we'll come to that later. When you click on a card thumbnail, it then opens up the card for editing. And now you can edit the card, including adding text in the top section above the red line for the title, or in the section below for the body. You can also add text, images, etc., which we will also get to in the future. To go back, you just have to click the icon in the top left corner with the back arrow, and that will take you to the previous view. So we go back from the card to the thumbnail view of the cards, and clicking again, you get back to the stacks. So that's how you navigate into and through the application. Okay, let's now take an example where we're going to actually add some information into a card. We've been doing some research into the NASA Artemis project. If you've not been looking at that, it might be worth it. This is the new mission from NASA to the moon. So this looks like something fun to be making an information stack from. So the first thing, when you have a blank stack, you might want to give it a name. So you can just click in the title bar below the stack, and we're going to give this a name of Artemis Project Research. I think I got the typo here. Okay, so we've given the stack a name. Now we open the stack and we're going to open that first card. So in this first card, I'm just going to say the launch rocket. And I did a little bit of research and I have a picture that I saved to my computer. So I'm going to click the icon for the image and I'm going to add the image of the rocket, as we see here. Pretty cool. I'm going to resize the rocket and I'm going to move it around. And we're going to call this the Space Launch System. I think that is what it's called. Let's have a look. Quickly. Space Launch System rocket. Great. Okay. Now, when I click Save, NoteDex will save a thumbnail image. You'll notice that when you have an image, it will take a few moments as it's uploading that image to our cloud. If we go back, we will now see a beautiful thumbnail image of NoteDex, which is one of the unique features of NoteDex compared to other apps. You actually see the full image of the card. So we've added a card to the stack, and as you can see here, NoteDex takes the image of the first card and also uses that as the cover image for the stack. Now, in NoteDex, you can actually change this. So in this case, I'd actually like to put the logo of the Artemis project as the cover of the stack. So if I click in the menu for the stack, we have a number of options, but the one that I want to use is this, Choose Stack Thumbnail. Again, it brings up the window for your computer, and here's the image that I saved earlier. So I'm now going to add that to the stack. So now you can see we have a project stack, and we're going to be motivated to do more research into this project. And we can open up the stack and we can go back into the card. If I now want to add a second card to add more information, I can either add the card by clicking the plus button here, which I will do now. Or if I was to go back to this thumbnail view, I can also add a card by just clicking the plus symbol here. All right. Now, some other things that we should look at for NoteDex. Let's go back to the home page. Some of you may not like the image that we have here on the background, the image of the Earth. So it's really easy to customize NoteDex. And I'm going to go into the settings, which is the bottom left-hand icon. And if we scroll down, we see this image here called background. So if you click on that image, then NoteDex sometimes takes a few seconds to download the images. This time it happened very quickly. And you can either choose a different background image, you can upload your own image, or you can choose a plain color. So let's say in this case, we just want this nice dark blue that we've added. Okay, beautiful. Now, finally, for looking at these cards, if I open the card, you'll notice that the card has been sized to fill more of the screen. But up here at the top of the menu, we have a zoom control where you can make it larger or smaller. So depending on your computer, you can resize the card to fit. Normally, we have the card set to 125%. So that's the view that you might normally see. But you're free to change that and make that any size that you like that works for you. The final thing I'd like to show you is how you can add text and images to the back of the card. So here you have the flip symbol, which flips you to the back of the card. So here you can just click in the mouse and you can add some more text onto the back of the card if you'd like. And then click to go back to the front. So we hope this first video has been helpful in getting you confident navigating around the app and entering information onto cards. In future videos, we're going to explore into more depth the features of the cards, as well as text, images, ink, and many more features like organizing. So until then, thanks very much.